Asante sana. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood, leads unto fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea, we are now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures. That is a poetic passage put together by Shakespeare. And Shakespeare is talking about taking advantage of opportunity, exploiting opportunity to its fullest. I want to tell our sportsmen and women that never in the history of this country, and in about 2 weeks we'll be celebrating Kenya at 60. We will be celebrating 60 years of our independence. Never at any time in the history of this country have we had a government that is so deliberate, so intentional, so structured, so focused on transforming sports from merely a form of entertainment to a business, an economic activity, and a fulcrum of the country's development, like the government you have today. Never has this country had a president who is so clear and is so deliberate in positioning sports as an anchor of the economy of this country, like President William Ruto. You saw the president yesterday with Ron Harper at State House, igniting a truly historic deal that we have struck with the NBA to take Kenyan basketball to a whole new dimension. And I could stand here and recite a litany of initiatives, of measures, of interventions that the president himself has ignited or initiated and is keen to see come to fruition for the development of Kenyan sports and Kenyan creatives. On the 14th day of May this year, the president came to Nyayo Stadium to watch the first installment of the Mashemeji Derby of this current season. And the president watched the game, and he enjoyed the game, and we got into a conversation. And our conversation was pivoting around our Talanta Hela initiative of identifying, nurturing, and monetizing talent. And that conversation focused on how to put money in the bank accounts of our football teams, and most importantly, in the pockets of our players, of our coaches, of our referees, and the whole ecosystem around football. And I can tell you, the president was very clear in terms of the model we should have. And so I want to join my colleagues, Professor, and my brother Eliud, in confirming to you that indeed President William Ruto has been a champion of not just this particular effort, but many other efforts that we are rolling out in sports and the creatives. And so today, I am absolutely delighted to witness yet another fruit of the plan. The plan for the uninitiated is the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto. When you go to page 39 of the plan, we talk about a lot of things you are seeing us doing, and especially monetization of talents. The plan has since taken the policy frame of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, better agenda. And in the better agenda, we are very clear about the place of sports and the creatives in driving our economic revival and our economic transformation. What you are witnessing here today is part of the Talanta Hela initiative. I meet people who are still wondering what Talanta Hela is. Talanta Hela is exactly what those two Swahili words mean. Talanta Hela. It is where talents meet livelihoods. Talents become revenue streams. That's what Talanta Hela is. Talanta Hela is what you saw with the school ball games in Kakamega. Many people have been discussing how the school ball games this year were on another level. It is because we put in 267 million shillings. People may not know that we actually, as a ministry, we invested in the school ball games. We invested in the music festival. We invested in the drama and film festival. People are mesmerized by the junior stars under 18 team and the football they are playing in Kisumu. That is an end game of the Talanta Hela pipeline. A lot of those kids who are mesmerizing people in Kisumu were picked from the National School Ball Games. Many of them were attended Kenya's first ever national holiday talent camp that we hosted at Kasarani after the school ball games. Good people, ask no more. This is Talanta Hela. This is what Talanta Hela is. This is how Talanta Hela looks like. And as part of that program, we have agreed with many federations, not just the Kenya Football Federation. Early this morning, I had a ceremony with Athletics Kenya, where we were launching Africa's first ever pension scheme for athletes and the endowment fund for retired athletes. It is part of this program, and we have put in significant money in both programs, pension scheme and endowment fund. And I'm challenging FKF that the next thing I want to see, yesterday after watching our Harambee Starlets at Kasarani, you and I ran into a former player, Otuoma, who has been put down by a nervous degenerative condition. What arrangement do we have when we lose players like Otuoma at his prime and run into challenges such as is afflicting that young man? I want to come to another ceremony like I've done with Athletics Kenya to launch a pension fund and an endowment fund for retired footballers. But today, let me conclude. I'm just delighted that after months, good people, we have spent a lot of time on this deal. Let me admit that the reason why this deal was delayed to be made public, I am owning up in public on live TV. I delayed this deal for a few factors. Factor number one, I wanted more money to clubs. I wanted to squeeze as much as possible for clubs. Factor number 2, I want a prorated arrangement where a team gets something for the position they finish on the log. I mean, and I told you, Nick, and your team at FKF, that it must mean something to finish number 2. It must mean something to finish number 10 and not number 17. And I wanted the position where you finish on the log to be directly commensurate to a financial package besides the basic package that you receive. We agreed on both factors. We took time. It took us time, but we agreed. I failed on 2 other factors which I wanted. I had 4. I got those 2. I failed on trying to get the Women Premier League to be part of this, because what is good for the goose must also be good for the gander. I wanted girls to be part of this package. FKF gave me a long story of why girls cannot be part of this package. I wanted to see whether we could bring in the, what do you call it, the nationwide. I was also given another long story. But we have agreed on this package, and I'm glad that for a start, we are providing $1.6 million, which is just over 40 million Kenya shillings for this start. That guarantees every single team, each one of you, the 18 teams in the Premier League, you are guaranteed minimum 10 million shillings. And then we have another package for where you finish on the log, prorated. So, kazi kwenu mujitume. If you finish number 2, it will mean a little more than if you finish number 11. We have worked out that formula. But I'm also happy that from this package, we can guarantee referees. The referees will be paid. And referees, you'll be paid from this package for the Premier League, for the Women Premier League, and the Nationwide League. All the referees in that ecosystem. We hope that this can then grow progressively over the coming seasons. Let me also take this opportunity to announce that we have already started discussions for the Women League, the Women Premier League. We will be able to work out a package for the Women Premier League. I want the Women Premier League both on TV, on live TV, and also monetized in similar manner that we are doing. I have no doubt that women football is the next big thing in sports. And as a country, we have to invest heavily in women football. We are also working out a package for the lower leagues, for the Nationwide League, going all the way to the lower segments of the league. But let us start here. This is where we are able to start. And then as we move along, we'll be able to progress it to the other levels. I want to congratulate KBC. You have already been a partner, even before we signed this deal. You accepted our request to air the school ball games for the first time in Kenyan history. And I can tell you, those youngsters, the Aldrin Kibets, the Amos Wanjalas, they were completely elated to play on live TV for the first time as schoolboys. We have also been in partnership around other sporting events, and KBC has been a true partner. And we are delighted that we are sealing this deal in this fashion. I want to urge the FKF to use this package as a launching pad to take Kenyan football to the next level. And taking Kenyan football to the next level is about transparency, accountability, and good governance. If there is one thing that is holding Kenya football back, it is those three factors: transparency, accountability, and governance. And that extends to you clubs. I can assure you, you clubs, if you are transparent and accountable and have proper governance, you are sitting on diamond mines. All of you as football clubs, you are sitting on diamond mines. Stop treating your clubs as little fiefdoms for your self-aggrandizement. Unleash the full potential that is locked in your clubs. Be transparent. Be accountable for every resource coming to you. And run your clubs as corporate entities. The Tanzanians are doing it just across the border. Tanzania football could not hold the candle to Kenyan football just a few years ago. Now we are using them as a benchmark. Like, seriously? Seriously? That Gor Mahia tells me they want to go to train on Azam FC grounds in Tanzania. Like, seriously? Gor Mahia? You want to go to train on a ground built by a club born the other day? And you are the only African champion in this region, indeed south of the Sahara, north of the Limpopo. Come on. What does it say about you as Gor Mahia? That you can actually come to tell us you want to go to train on a ground of Azam. There must be something very wrong with you. And I'm telling you, me, I'll not papa you. Be serious, be accountable, be transparent, and run your clubs as corporate entities. There's no reason why Gor Mahia is not in the Champions League this year. Because of little administrative hiccups. You lose a chance to enter a space that is a money spinner. Government will do everything. Policy, legislation, support, we will do it. But you must also play your role. Run your clubs well. And I can tell you, Kenyan football will fly. And please support our initiative to develop talent. FKF, can you make it an irreducible minimum that every club must have a junior side? And you must start a junior league, just the way we have. No, I want to see junior league, serious junior league, so that we can feed these teams, we can feed Harambee Stars, we can feed the whole ecosystem through a junior league system, a serious one. You do those things, there's no reason why Kenya should not be guaranteed a place at the World Cup. Kenya should be a shoe-in for the Africa Cup of Nations anytime. And government support is guaranteed. And finally, you clubs, hooliganism, destroying our stadia. You go to our stadia, you play, then you start ripping up seats. Really? Really? Now we are putting you on live TV. You want to rip up seats on live TV? You want kids watching you on live TV to watch you fighting in stadia? By the way, it doesn't matter whether you are on live TV or not. Say no to hooliganism in Kenyan football. We want families to be comfortable to come and watch football. We want fans to be back in the stadia. And as government, led by myself and this ministry, we are mobilizing fans back to stadia. Who wants to come to stadia when they know they will not know where their shoes have disappeared to before the game ends? Because people will be running helter-skelter all over the place. So please, stop hooliganism in football. Tuende tucheze game, kuna kushindwa. Asiyekubali kushindwa si mshindani. Okay? Cheza, shinda, usishinde, go back home peacefully, because I believe all of you want us to fill our stadia. and all of you want a good atmosphere that is safe in our stadium. So congratulations, good people. Please let us support our teams. I see obsession with the English Premier League. Let us transfer that obsession to the KPL. Now KPL is going to be on TV every weekend. When there is a clash between the EPL and the KPL, when there is a clash between DSTV and KBC, switch on KBC and watch a local game. Let us grow a strong fan base for our clubs and also for our national team. And anytime our national team plays, please come and watch them. Come and watch our girls play. Thank you, those who came to watch our girls play yesterday. Next year in June, Harambee Stars will be playing their home games in the World Cup qualifiers. Let us come and watch them play. And as our boys play in Kisumu and Kakamega, let us fill the stadia and cheer them to victory. Bottom line, this government is investing in the development of our sports, and our football definitely, certainly, without an ambiguity, is on the right trajectory. Asanteni sana.